So just to confirm, we were definitely on time, right?
We were. We've been here an hour.
Time.
I was on time. We've been here an hour, and they're just assembling it. They've literally been putting it, whatever we're having, croquembouche, they've been putting it together for an hour. Staying in is the new going out, but only if you've got great food and your mates with you. Unfortunately, we don't have any other friends, but the food is incredible. In each of these episodes, 2 of us cook up something awesome to share and to kickstart our big night in.
And that, gents, is a croquembouche.
I mean,
better still, this is a tower of hazelnut creme-packed filled profiteroles covered in caramel.
I'm just going to go straight in. So. Oh, it's very good, isn't it?
It's
very sweet.
My dentist is going to want a word with you.
I'm surprised how light they are.
So the pastry itself, choux paste. And it couldn't be easier. Choux pastry needs water, putting it into a pan with cubed butter. Heat it to a boil with a pinch of salt, and as soon as the butter has melted and the water is just boiling, dump in the flour as you beat it all together. Now, the great thing about this recipe is it's quite precise, and you weigh out all the ingredients. There we go.
How many times do you tell me off for missing the pan?
Yeah, I just definitely did that. So the key to choux paste is a little bit of elbow grease. Basically, you add in the flour and then you beat it until A, it's smooth over the heat, and 2, it comes away from the side of the pan. Now what you need to do is beat in 8 eggs, but you have to do that once it's cooled slightly, otherwise they do start to scramble. So, rather than whisk in continuously 8 eggs, I am going to cheat and put it in the machine, get it whisking up and crack in 1 egg at a time.
Do you know what croquembouche actually translates to?
I'll give you a clue. Embouche is in the mouth.
Balls in the mouth.
No. But I can see where your logic went. You've just taken the entire
Well, look, let's share this out.
Bite into it.
What'd you get?
Crunch.
In your mouth.
And it basically is,
Crunch in your mouth.
there are so many
Crunch
different
in your
levels of crunch within this within these profiteroles. You've got the caramel on the outside, and if you dig down
Crisp
deeper,
pastry.
crisp pastry, dig down a little bit deeper. Can you get some sort of like a shelly sort of thing to it?
Eggshell.
Yeah.
Well, you might, maybe, if you're
That's
lucky.
an extra texture that Ben chose to put in the last minute.
You know, like a Christmas pudding, and there's a 2 pence in the middle of it, a tuppence, and you're very lucky if you get that. Consider yourself lucky.
Oh, God.
Now, the next stage to this recipe is to pick out any of the shell that Ben may have dropped into the mix. In this case, there happens to be a lot because Ben dropped the entire egg.
Don't tell the lads. Pastry chefs up and down the country thinking, what an idiot. And I am too, if I'm honest. At this point, transfer it into a piping bag, and we're going to pipe small blobs onto a lined tray. So 60 profiteroles into the oven. As soon as they're puffed up, and the great thing about choux pastry is they're hollow on the inside, then you can let them cool and fill them.
Ben, there's now 59.
No eggy middle. Try that though.
You missed a fairy off the top of the Christmas tree. How good is the filling? The creme pat was simple. All we did was heat up some hazelnut milk on the side, and whilst that's heating up, we took, now get this, 10 egg yolks plus 4 extra eggs, whisk that up, add some sugar and some vanilla extract.
Good stuff.
Once that's
Only for
mixed
you.
up, add some flour and some corn flour to a paste, and slowly but surely add the warmed milk into it. Oh my goodness, I can't keep up.
Boiling hazelnut milk goes over your egg mixture as you whisk. Tip the whole lot back into the pan, and the final stage is to heat it to a boil until it bubbles. And you can let this one boil, but keep it moving. And then for the construction itself, so you've got your cooled hazelnut creme pat, you've got your hollow, crisp, cooled profiteroles. Poke a little hole in them, squeeze the cream in so they're quite full, and it's that weight that will help you build it. But the cement, the thing that constructs it and sticks it all together, caramel. When you're happy with the colour you've got, you just want to stop the cooking. So dunk it in cold water. It's going to stay plenty hot enough to work with, but it just stops it going any further. And then take your profiteroles, dunk the top side into the sugar, and then arrange it on the plate, and it will stick itself to the bowl.
Actually, this is a very appropriate time to ask a question we got from Clarissa, saying, what is the simplest way to make food look classy?
I'm not going to say this is the simplest way, but if we're talking
Not
about
simple.
sweet food,
Yeah.
I think it's one of 2 things. It's precision and uniformity, like a chocolate tart or a lemon tart, clean slices, uniform
edges.
rosettes of fruit and cream. Mind your finger, that's the water. So if you get quick, just quickly into hot, cold water, which you've got next to it.
That was warm!
Yeah, you want to be careful.
I get a little blister, but it'll be a scar to tell the girls about.
Right, last
There
one.
you have. Look at that!
Croquembouche. Now, I'm just going to melt this sugar down a little bit more. If at any point your sugar in the pan begins to solidify, you can just warm it back up a little bit.
So good.
Move your head. And finally, any sugar left over, just spin it, and as it falls through the air, it will cool and give you that beautiful nest over your fantastic stack.
Decent.
Well played.
Celebratory French dish.
I think you've done very well.
But it's not over yet.
Why is that?
Because I have a question.
Oh no.
Whip it out.
Awesome.
Question.
Lindsay Ayres says, well, she wants to know what we were like as kids.
Barry.
What?
Posh.
That's the name?
Yeah.
Showed off a lot.
Sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, all I cared about was impressing everybody else.
Attention from anyone.
Just attention.
Ben's not changed. We've known Ben for 17 years. He has not changed.
Exactly the same.
He's exactly the same.
I didn't see much of Ben at school because he was in chess club and I was in
I
detention.
never, ever went to chess club. This is a fictional thing.
Mike, I don't really know what Mike was like at school because he was never there.
I was there.
Never had a girlfriend who just was a man of mystery.
But that
And also,
meant there
was everybody's friend.
Yeah, and
Because he
he
never
had
committed to anybody.
girls falling over him because he was so
He was the other
like,
chief, he
no,
was
I'm
the-
not interested.
Interested.
I tell you my first memory of Jamie, and you know exactly what I'm going to say. We used to have PE lessons.
Oh no,
We used to have PE lessons at school, and I remember
this isn't true.
our very first PE lesson. The teachers told us we had to have a shower,
Strong story.
and we were all very, very scared about it. And we were walking back to the changing rooms, going, "I'm wearing my shorts, and I'm keeping my shorts on."
Can you show
Walk
us
through
the
the
towel?
changing rooms. He's there, completely stark naked, just like properly washing himself, like just
Drying himself a towel.
And that's the first memory you can never erase.
I remember seeing him and just thinking, what a